How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a spectacular day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. If you guys would also make sure to head over to Twitch, follow me there at Douglas447, streaming there at least once a week. You guys can also find me on Discord at TexasMan6957. And we're going to be talking about a brand new movie here in 2022, The Invitation. This movie is about an hour and 45 minutes long, and it is rated PG-13. And this is kind of a movie that I don't think a lot of people are talking a lot about. So I wanted to do so. I really didn't have any expectations, hopes for this film. It was like, okay, it's another early Halloween-like film that's coming out towards the end of the summer blockbuster period. And I was like, okay, I'll go see it when it's all some family. And I thought it was interesting. I thought it was an interesting film that I mostly enjoyed until the last 15 minutes. I really enjoyed this movie until the last 15 minutes. Once the last 15 minutes of the movie happened, the movie kind of just fell apart for me. It is a very unique mystery horror thriller. Unfortunately, it really doesn't have any clear direction. Like, it wasn't sure if it wanted to be a vampire movie, a horror movie, or some sort of, really mystery-like Cinderella romance film. It feels like it was trying to be all three of those things, and because it tries to be all three of these things all at once, it fails, and it leads to, unfortunately, a lot of predictable moments. There's a lot of jump scares, and like I said, the last 15 minutes, the finale just feels very rushed, and up until that point, it's a really interesting film, until the finale. And the finale just has a lot of unnecessary agenda things in it, and the conclusion was very unsatisfying, and it also has a cliffhanger of sorts for a possible sequel. Now, the cast in this film does a great job. Everyone does great performances for all their roles. That is probably the biggest thing I want to stress, is that this film does a great job for its characters, for the actors and actresses performing for their certain roles, for their characters. They do a great job of that. But the film handholds you, and it's like, oh, we need to help you unravel the mystery because, you're too stupid to figure this out for yourself. So the film handholds you a lot for helping you unravel the mysteries, for the characters, and the characters hardly get any development whatsoever. Like, there's all these characters that get introduced, and I'm like, okay, why should I hate this butler just because he said or did something, wrong this one time for the whole movie? And it's like, okay, so we're just supposed to hate him because he did this thing? Or we're supposed to like this guy because he's like, oh, I'm Prince Charming, I'm the Lord of the House. And I'm like, there's very, just, you're supposed to like me or you're supposed to hate me kind of stereotypical character motivations and development. And it's very surface level. Nothing goes really deep enough for you to care about who lives and dies in this world, or their motivations for why they're doing what they're doing. And the characters that do have motivations for why they're doing what they're doing is very bare bones basic, and it's not really engaging when it comes to being a story. The music and the tone of the film are basically what's left to hold up the movie on its own. Like, the tone, the musical score, the atmosphere, it is very horror-like, and I appreciate them doing a great job with what they were given for that. But the mystery gets told to you really easily. The characters that are in here just don't have any development, so I'm not invested in that. And the film basically is a watch and once done type of movie, and it is basically the PG-13 version of Disney's The Haunted Mansion, but instead of having ghosts, ghouls, it has vampires. Like, literally, if you've seen The Haunted Mansion, you have seen The Invitation. Basically, what ends up happening, if you guys remember, in The Haunted Mansion, group of family, they get an invitation to a haunted mansion, and the wife becomes the target of the Lord of the House, and there's an evil butler, and the Lord of the House is trying to marry the wife of the family in order to break this curse. That is basically what happens in The Invitation. In The Invitation, this family member gets invited to this mansion, and her entire family that she's never known, they're all vampires. And she ends up marrying, in quotation marks, she gets twisted into marrying the Lord of the House to seal this vampire-like bond to restore these vampire houses. Basically, it's really convoluted at the end, which is why I don't like it. And of course, big showdown happens in CGI fest. It's just, I know I said I really enjoyed this movie, and it is interesting. It just doesn't have any direction. You're not sure what you're supposed to expect from this film. So it's an okay it's an okay film to watch once. But if you've seen any other vampire movie or horror movie or Cinderella-like movie, this movie's going to be very bare bones. It's going to be very basic, and it's not going to be something that you're going to remember T-minus one day. It's going to be something that you're like, okay, that was an interesting film. What's next? So if you're into horror, you'll enjoy this movie. It's not like it's a bad movie. I just think that it could have been a lot better, and I really don't want them to do a sequel. Like, if they do The Invitation 2, because of the cliffhanger at the end of this film, if they do a sequel, I have no intention to watch it whatsoever. I don't care about a sequel in this universe. So I feel like this was just a one-off project, and it was someone's, weird dream thing that they wanted to have greenlit into a movie, and I'm happy for that, but I don't want any more from this universe. They really didn't do a great job setting up a universe that will allow for sequels and prequels and whatnot to be effective, in my opinion. So with that, I'm going to give The Invitation from 2022 a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.